Hello everybody, very warm welcome then to Atlanta. Austria take on the United States in the FIFA World Cup quarter-finals in 2026. The hosts up against Austria then. This is a huge game for these two teams. United States in a quarter-final of a FIFA World Cup fixture. And Austria looking for a semi-final place against France. Well, we've all been here before. Here's the anthems then. Well then, the last time the United States made a quarter-final, it was 2002. Schlager starts in goal, Leimer, Alaba, Leinhardt, Schlager, Seewald, Sabitzer, Chukwuemeka, Schmidt, Arnautovic here for Austria. And of course Posch in there too. Keep an eye for what Ralf Rangnick does tonight. The king of Gengen pressing. Well, Austria in uncharted territory too. I don't think they have made a quarter-final in their World Cup history. The United States, it was certainly 2002. The last time they reached a World Cup quarter-final. They didn't progress that time. Well then, Turner starts in goal. Robinson, Ream, Richardson, Serginho Dest, Weah, Adams, McKennie and Pulisic. Tillman and Balogun starts up front. Keep an eye for Brendan Aronson, Pepe, Roldan, Reina, Scally, McKenzie and Fries on the bench. Mauricio Pochettino has his work cut out to reach the semi-finals for the first time. Well, Austria have not reached the quarter-final stage since 1978. So, history for both sides and a semi-final looming. Balogun, great turn. Pulisic now on the ball. McKennie into Tillman. Alaba playing into Schlager. Chukwuemeka. Arnautovic. He's looking for... Here's the runner, Konrad Leimer, but it wasn't to be for the Bayern forward. Arnautovic! Oh! Stung Turner's gloves, who makes a first start in this tournament too. Well, Mauricio Pochettino has been widely tipped for coach of the tournament for reaching the quarter-final stage. The United States, they weren't really expected to be here, to be honest. A good run, Cape Verde in that round of 16 tie. Went to penalties. Almost had a shock on our hands, and Cape Verde in the quarter-finals of a World Cup for the first time in debutants. Arnautovic, Sabitzer dispossessed by Ream, good tackle. Well, the United States came through. And here's Pulisic now for the USA. Pulisic hits the crossbar. Here's Robinson now. Tillman. Wide to Pulisic again. Well, rattle the bar once. Will he do it twice? Here's Weston McKennie onto Pulisic again. Rip round the back post for Robinson. Robinson hitting one and Schlager with a good save this time. The USA beat Bosnia 2-0. They've played Cape Verde and beat them on penalties. And now Austria, a big European side. The big first test for Mauricio Pochettino's side, of course, after Turkey. As well, and they lost 3-2, that last-minute winner. Balogun into Robinson. And a cross, and it's played forward really nicely. Arnautovic beaten by Richards, but Austria keep the ball. Chukwuemeka. Posch into Chukwuemeka again. Adams. Played back over to Timothy Weah. Well, after tonight, don't forget, 5 games left to go over this World Cup coverage on Westie TV. Brazil versus England tomorrow night. And then Argentina-Portugal, the big one. Don't miss that one. Messi versus Ronaldo. Semi-finals will follow, and then it'll be the final in a day's time after that. Here's Adams. United States. You can hear the kind of oohs and ahs. Here's Tillman. Balogun! Good save by Schläger. Again. Chukwuemeka. Here's Schmid. Poschen to Chukwuemeka. Here's Schmid again. Chukwuemeka once more. Seevold into Chukwuemeka. Austria trying to play it into the area. Arnautovic played away by Ream, and well, that's here's Timothy Weah now. Here's Balogun. Schläger with a good stop this time. Sabitzer into Lima. Lima to Chukwuemeka. Weston McKennie, good little block, and that is the half-time break. Well, Pulisic's come closest for the United States, hitting the crossbar. And well, here in Atlanta, it's all looking a bit too close for comfort for these two sides. The referee, well, he's had a good performance so far. Best performance on the pitch. Half-time then, Austria 0, USA 0. Welcome back, everyone. Second half underway here in Atlanta. And Austria and the United States are playing it out for a World Cup semi-final place against France. Well, a step against world glory. This could be one of the most exciting last fours we have in years. And I think that might have been a bit too late from Serginho Dest. Or is it Tyler Adams? Sorry. We see a yellow going handed to him in a second. Tillman, great little play onto Robinson. And now the United States are through again. Chipped into the area. Balogun, great turn, great shot, and a good save by Schläger again. There comes the yellow card for Tyler Adams. And Seevold's furious. He wants more than that. And to be fair, this is the tackle. And he's very late. Very, very late. But also lucky. Also lucky too. Corner for the United States. Whipped in by Chukwuemeka with a good header clear and away. Robinson. Hit the ball in the midfield. Adams, McKennie playing it forward, and Lienhardt played back by Schläger. Chukwuemeka. Alaba into Seevold. Posch. Chukwuemeka. Alaba into Schläger again. Seevold on the back foot towards Alaba, and now Austria looking to build a bit more. A lot of passing going on here. And Tim Ream, good work from the veteran. Wanted to play at this World Cup, and Pochettino said yes. Oh, he's played forward. Here's Valerian Balogun in for the United States. Had all the time in the world and still couldn't finish it off. Well, here comes the substitution. Roll down coming on for Ream. United States, well, might be a little bit pleased with that. Tillman knocking it into the area. Richards wide. And that's not quite to be for the Crystal Palace defender. You guys heard a horn. I'm not sure what that was, but it looked like a car going past our commentary box window. Excellent. Here's Alaba. Lienhardt. Sievold. Schlager into Konrad Laimer. Here's Pulisic. Pulisic still going, Alaba. Well, it looks like we might be set on extra time, maybe even penalties too. Yes, Austria can do something here. Sabitzer. Chukwuemeka. Arnautovic. And caught offside. And he doesn't think so. Well, Wimmer coming on now for Chukwuemeka. And we're coming off for Brendan Aronson. Well then. Here's Adams, playing on to Aronson again. Tillman. Adams trying to knock it on for Anthony Robinson, but it wasn't quite to be. Sievold. Austria haven't got long. They've got to get on with it, sort of. Here's Wimmer. Wimmer onto Schlager. I don't find out what it is. Some tosser in his car. Oh, a shitty horn. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Schlager. Wimmer. Sabitzer! Good stop from Matt Turner. Last gasp save. Sabitzer's coming off, and Vanna is going to come on. Pulisic's off as well. Wow. Two key players for both teams coming off. Scally's on then. Schmidt whipping it in. Adams onto Aronson. And that is going to be full time. 0-0 the score. Extra time's going to await here. And well, if the United States want to win this, they're going to have to do it in extra time. Austria 0, United States 0. Welcome back, everybody. Second half underway. Oh, not second half. I do this every time. Every time. Extra time underway. And Schlager comes off of Friedel. And can he keep it in? Good work from Brendan Aronson. Giovanni Reina laid off to Weston McKennie. And Sievold, there was a call for a penalty, but it wasn't going to be given. Referee in full view of that. Here's Wimmer. Scally. Reina to McKennie to Balogun, and now Scally down the right hand side. McKennie onto Balogun again. Can have Alaba in the traffic. That's out by Konrad Laimer. Brilliant little take to keep that away. Friedel into Wimmer. Vanna. Through. Arnautovic saved by Matt Turner again. Well, it's really reminding me a little bit of Tim Howard in 2014 against Belgium. Held out for so long and then it all fell apart at the end. Austria, though, are knocking at the door. Half-time and extra time. Austria 0, United States 0. Well, the longer this goes on, the more likely penalties is looming. I must say, it might just be the case. Here's Pepe. Here's Dest. Scally. Lima playing it forward, and here's Wimmer. Lima. Oh, Arnautovic and Richards clashing in the middle. Scally keeping it in. Surely one of these two teams has got something up their sleeve. Balogun to the left. Finding Robinson. Chipped into the area for Reina. Friedel on the ball. Arnautovic to Wimmer. Scally cuts out to McKennie, and here's Reina. Aronson, Pepe, Balogun on the left. Here's Anthony Robinson. Offside. Oh, it's been called offside, and full time's been called too. Austria then and the United States for a place in the World Cup semi-finals will go down to a penalty shootout. This is where the nerves are tested. Rangnick versus Pochettino. Full time and extra time. Austria 0, United States 0. Here we go then. David Alaba for Austria. Good penalty into the right hand side. Balogun, the main striker for the United States. Good penalty. Schlager the wrong way. Arnautovic now against Matt Fries. Good penalty. Wrong footed the keeper. Robinson. Oh, down the middle. I thought that might be safe for a second. Vanna. Call as you like. Down the middle again. Ricardo Pepi. Over the bar! Oh! He sent the keeper the wrong way. Here's Leiber. Saved by Turner! Aronson to get the United States back on level terms. Saved by Schlager! And now, decisive penalty. If he misses this, it continues. It's in! Austria knocked the hosts out! What a brilliant penalty this is. Matt Fries, no chance. He steps forward and strikes the ball, comes off his line, and well, call encroachment if you want, but it makes no difference. Austria are into a semi-final against France, and what a night this is in the World Cup. For the first time since before the 1940s, before the Second World War, Austria are into the last four of a major tournament. What an incredible story this is. Ralf Rangnick's got the team going, and they will march on to face France for a place in the final. On penalties then, Austria beat the United States full time here in Atlanta.